All right. So last video, we are talking about the general concept of team map. On this video, we're going to dive down to how do you create a specific map for a specific person, say a team one. So we talk about level of responsibility. So your team one, his breakdown, you first want to identify where is his common breakdown and which level of responsibility he is. So typically, if he's a team one quarter one, and he's normally somewhere in level 2 and level 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the level 2, just refresh my memory, is fairness. And level 3 is everything happened in my life, I'm responsible. So he's typically in level 2 and level 3. You want to move him in level 4. But before you do that, you got to identify exactly where he's in level 2 and level 3. So in level 2, the most common breakdown in level 2 is point of view. And if your team one constantly coming back to you saying, okay, I feel I'm ignored, I feel I'm not loved, and I feel the world is judging me, you know he is stuck in level 2. And the symptom of level 2 is related how he communicates, like the world is judging me, or so and so is judging me, or so and so does not love me. And then people in responsibility in the level 1, level 2, what they're dealing with emotionally is mostly emotion stress and depression.
I'm sorry, it's emotional
Emotional,
stress?
yes.
Okay.
And so the stress they have is mostly emotional stress, versus when you goes to team 3, the stress they have is mostly logistical.
Say more about that.
So uh, so when a person is in uh, emotional stress, it's normally related to the point of view. And the point of view is basically to create a story and feed into, I'm not lovable, the world is judging. And that story will result in an emotional stress, because my head starts saying, oh my God, like why this, it's an emotion stress. Versus when you go to teams level 3, since everything happened in my life, I'm responsible. So if I want to make my life happen, my life is just have a huge number of to-do lists. So I am a struggle in how do I get everything I want in my life by doing.
Mm.
And that's why it's logistical stress, because the more I want in life, the longer my to-do list is. Like if I want to make my business success, that's to-do list. I want to make my wife happy, that's to-do list. I want to making my child, that's to-do list. So it adds up. And then on top of that, I want to be healthy, I need to work out. And so as I'm taking more and more responsibility for everything happening in my life, the to-do list gets longer and longer and longer. Remember, people in level 3, they don't have the concept of creating teamwork. So everything happening in my life has to be accomplished by me.
So it's how do I do it? How?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's why as my goal of life become bigger and bigger, it become a logistical stress.
Mm.
And the logistic stress is overwhelm, versus emotion stress is depression. So when you're talking to your team 1, it's your job as a team 2 to identify, okay, where they are, like the breakdown. When we're talking about breakdowns, so whenever you're in level 3, like responsible, your team 1 is in responsibility level 3, the breakdown is normally somewhere in fail to recreate. And I have a small listening of everybody around me. That's why I have to do it myself, because nobody else is capable. And
Oh, can you say more about what small listening is?
yes, so so on level three, the diminished listening is a distinction in power to create. So it's a second course in the communication course. So when you have a breakdown in diminished listening, how the word occurs to you is I just cannot trust anyone. I just cannot rely on anyone. That's why I have to do it myself. So it's a way to justify. There's no other way but for me to go through this overwhelm and logistic stress because nobody can do. It's like, for example, if I try to cook, my wife cannot cook as good as I am. So I have to do it myself. Like if I'm leading a team, no matter whether I'm creating a PowerPoint or I'm doing a presentation, they are just not capable.
Or they
So
ask too many questions. I might as well just do it myself.
exactly. So that's a source of the logistic stress and overwhelm.
Gotcha. And that's also why there's a smaller listening over there, because that's the occurring world.
Correct. The word occurs to that person. I just cannot depending on or rely on anyone. But the good thing is it's way better than level 2 because the stress I have is just overwhelm versus depression. Overwhelm is better than depression.
Well, it definitely points that we're moving through the levels.
Yes. And then when we're talking about already always paradigm, it can occur in both level 1, level 3, and level 2. So basically forcing outcome, judging over criticizing, and the make wrong machine, like all of this is a breakdown in already always paradigm, and it can occur in level 2 and level 3. However, point of view can only occur in level 2. It cannot occur in level 3. So
I'm trying to follow that one. Can you say more about that? Why it can't?
we have a previous video of how to coach people out of point of view. So when you're coaching your team 1 out of point of view, instead of trying to using the tool we learn in Actual Power course, it's an opportunity for you to move him from level 2 to level 4. Because once he's out of level 2, he's no longer in point of view.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Level 2 and level 3 is pre-team. So your job when you're noticing they're in level 2 and level 3, your job is move them to team level 4. That's your primary job instead of dealing with the breakdown itself. And once you're in level, your coachee is in level 4, now you notice all the breakdown is coming from my team is not responding, and my team member promised to do this, they did not do that. And I try to call that person does not call me back. So now you are actually in a golden like a bucket of breakdown because now your team 1 is experiencing technology of accomplishment breakdown. That's exactly what you want them to be. So my like I normally do is I will congratulate them saying, great. Congratulations. Now you're actually in the technology of accomplishment breakdown. That is exactly what you sign up a whole year for. You're not sign up a whole year for a 1 year long Access to Power course or 1 year long Power to Create course. You're actually
oh wait, I'm sorry. Say more about that. What that means.
That means because if the team 1 is continuing in PowerPoint view breakdown through this entire year, and he's just using you as a coach in Access to Power, when he's talking to you, everything he's talking about is how do I deal with my point of view? How do I deal with my point of view? So you literally just have a 1 year long CAP course. Like you're not doing anything related to team 1. And
which would be about the leadership and the teamwork.
Correct. So as a team two, you got to be very clear. Okay, am I being a cap coach, like an actual power coach, or am I being a power to create coach? Because that's not where you want to be, and that's not where you sign up for.
That's clear.
So, so now you can identify those three when you're creating your team map. You got to be clear. We didn't talk about level one. First of all, I don't level one people normally don't sign for team, and so we kind of just skip that. So once in the beginning of quarter, when you're looking at team one, you're saying, okay, where he is now, like is he stuck like 80% in point of view? And if that's a goal, if that's where he is, your goal, your primary goal is moving him from level 2 to level 4, so that by the end of the quarter, he's starting having like most time team breakdowns. And then maybe your team one is like, okay, he doesn't have much issue to deal with point of view, but he's overwhelmed. Like how the word occurs to him is he is 100% responsible for his word, and he's overwhelmed. Then he's stuck in level 3. And again, your job, instead of solving his overwhelm, your job is moving him to level 4 breakdown.
Okay, and I suspect we're going to talk about that on the next video, but how to do that?
Great. So yes, we're gonna talk about in next video.
Okay.
So we talk about team ones. Now we talk about team twos, since you're team 2 team leader. And so if you're team twos, they normally start either in level 3 or level 4. And so how do you move them to level? Your goal is to move them to level 5.
And level 5 again is
level 4 is I'm responsible not only for everything happening in my life, I'm responsible for how my team work, how my teams, how they're being triggered, how the communication between me and my team member, I'm responsible for all of that. Like whether my wife is being happy, I'm responsible. Whether my boss is being inspired, I'm responsible. And that's level 4. Now, level 5 is I'm responsible for their training development. It's like I'm not only responsible for who they are now, I'm responsible for who they're going to be. So so it's like my wife is going to be the most loving woman in the world. I'm responsible for that because I'm gonna create that. Or my team 1 is going to be a mastery of the conversation of relatedness in 3 months. I'm responsible for that.
So team 2s will experience possibly level 5, but do team 1s ever experience that?
It is possible for senior team 1, particular team 1 team leader. Because team 1 team leader is somewhere between team 1 and team 2. So in order for team 1 team leader to be an effective team 1 team leader, he needs to be in level 5.
I see. Or even like a highly trained team 1 might experience that. And at the same time, they came to team because they may not have that yet.
Yes. So, but the training of level 5 is related a lot in coaching others. And that's why it's a team 2. So for team 1, unless they have a coaching opportunity, a leadership coaching opportunity in other program, they actually, even they are in the breakdown, they don't have a lot of opportunity to train for it.
So I don't know if what I'm about to ask is going to appear in the next video. Would the team 1 have that experience with their own Game in the World team, for instance?
Yes and no. Because it's highly depends on where the team 1 is choosing. So the team one can choose in, when I'm interacting with my team member, I can choose in 3 things. I can choose the result. So I want this team to be effective. I'm focusing on the result. So while I'm focusing on the result, I will experience between level 3 and level 4. Because in order for the result to come up, my team member needs to be inspired. My team member needs to be working hard, and that's what technology for confidence causing me to lead the team effectively. But as a team one, I can also choose that my team member is going to be powerful. Yeah, I'm no longer focusing on the results of the team. I'm focusing on my team member is to be powerful in some area.
In their way of being.
Yes, and the result is going to be an outcome of my team member upgrading from 1.0 to 2.0, and the results come along with it. But I'm focusing on is my team member to be powerful. And if I'm focused on that, then I am in level 5. When you're in team 2, however, your choice is my team member to be powerful. You actually are not going to choose the other one at all, because that's how the team 2 game is like. So team 1 game, you can still choose the other one, saying I'm focusing on result. But team 2 game, you are going to be exclusively choose your team member to be powerful. Okay.
That's gold.
Any questions before we move to the next video?
Oh my gosh. I think I have a lot of questions, but I also think that they'll be resolved in the next video. But if people have questions, can they post them in the comments?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Kai. Bye-bye.
Okay.